Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is June 5th, Thursday, and I think it's almost 6 o'clock. I got in from work, I want to say maybe 15 minutes ago, and the reason I'm doing this video is because I need to get this off my chest, and I'm so over this company. The company, what they stand for, what they allow to happen. And why today, you ask? Well, because today was the day the owner of said company I got a text message, literally on speakerphone with everyone upstairs and listening, called me, yelling at me. Good morning. Y'all know how I said I was gonna film me putting this hair in? That did not happen, but she's giving Merida. But it's too hot out in these streets to be having all this hair. So right now I'm at work, so I'm trying to do this fast before people come in. It's 8:09. It's Tuesday, June 3rd. I'm watching this girl on YouTube right now, so y'all just about to watch me do it live. The video is by Allie-Cee or Geddes. I think it's Geddes. Cutting and framing crochet braids, beginner tutorial. So that's what I'm about to watch. Stay tuned. And then I need to separate the back from the front. So I'm just gonna Already, this feels better. Let me try not to cut my lock, y'all.
Hey, guess what? Hey, that would be like the 5th time I've been accused of being a cop.
That is so funny. Thank you, Daddy.
But it was the first time my Mexican though. I did. It was all the other times where the 5% nation people they thought I was a CIA agent.
Really? I mean, I guess I could see it.
Well, if you knew their beliefs, you might know why. So.
You don't see the news now, Florida, 100 people.
Oh, the construction site in one construction
Yeah,
site.
and then that guy voted for Trump, and then he was on the news, and he was like,
This is cute.
Yeah, I was like, what do you think is like? Yeah, my now your whole business operation is shut down, and now you have to start paying out for the investors. That's cute.
Hold on. I love it. Yeah, this is more me. That was way too long. But this is cute. It's cute for the summer. You know, you just keep adjusting it. I think. And then, you know, it's my sister's. I don't know if I told y'all. I'm flying out again this weekend. It's my sister's high school graduation, so I'm gonna be there for that. Actually, I'm gonna call her right now. This is so cute. Yeah, this is more my aesthetic for sure. All that long hair, like my natural hair is long. I don't need, you know, the hair to be that long. I don't. But this is cute. Real cute. And I'm trying to get all this Diaries off me. I borrowed my friend's scissors. She won't mind. And I got all this hair on me now, so I gotta clean that up. But yeah, other than that, nothing really going on for me outside of, you know, oh, moving. So I haven't officially moved yet, but I have my keys. I got my keys on this past weekend, and that'll be another video for another day once I officially move into my own space, because I'm telling you, I can't wait to leave the place I'm at. And it's not even the area, it's who I'm living with. One of the girls, like I said, story time for later once I'm officially moved in, but yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for now, but I just can't wait to move. I'm beyond ready over the foolishness and the childishness of it all, you know? It's like, ugh. Girl, you need a life. Yeah, this is the finished look, y'all. I'm about to call my sister, see if she's okay, and then I'll return eventually. And that's the other thing. Like last night I was putting the crochet in, it took me 3 hours, and I was like, I don't feel like vlogging, so I didn't. And I literally sat down and watched The Last of Us. Don't know what was going on there. It's a little bit short, but I don't care. You can have some short pieces. I say short pieces and then, you know, that's fine. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I'm gonna lint roll myself and throw this hair away But like I said, I'll holler at y'all again sometime during this week. And if you've been watching, thank you so much. I appreciate your support. And talk to you soon. Peace. Which is the most lowest form of disrespect and degradation. One form, that I've ever experienced. In all my time on this earth. Mind you, if y'all don't know, I work in events. So, granted, this is a family-owned business, small business. And this event that, mind you, this is not even my project. I was told, like people used to say voluntold, that's what happened to me. That you're gonna be on site for this, and my main concern is that the balloons, how they're gonna stand and what have you. I said, okay, cool, I can do that. Mind you, the event is June 13th. Today's Thursday, June 6th. Keep that in mind, it's gonna be important later. But, so, I came in, started my day how I usually started my day. And don't mind how my room looks in the sidebar. I'm moving and stuff is everywhere. So, stuff is packed and it's getting out of the way. But yeah, so started my day how I typically start my day. Rolled in at 8:05, because I can concentrate when it's quiet there. Yeah. And sat my black at, trying to be professional. Sat myself down in my seat, got to work, I said, okay, I'm gonna start on this next project that I'm working on. Which is something that's happening in like a few weeks. Yeah, about 2 or 3 weeks for an event that I'm doing. And so, started working on that. Ops comes up and is like, hey, you're working on the project, right? I'm just gonna call it the Ashley Furniture project. And I was like, I suppose so. I don't really know what's going on, but how can I help you? I wanted to let you see how these balloons look on the rods. Mind you, the rods I think are at 12 feet. And so the owner, because this is her project, right? I was supposed to be filling in on site. That's not what had happened. And so she bought these mirror balls. I don't know where she bought it from. They're asking me, do you know where she got it from? Because we're probably going to need more. All I know is she spent a lot of money and she does not want to get more, I'm sure. But what do I know? This ain't my project. So I was just like, okay. I go to look at them. They look great. So what's exactly the issue? Well, the issue is we have 3 more of these, a total of 4. Which is also a side note. The owner told them that there was going to be 4 columns. That ain't the case either. And so I was like, okay, I was told there was going to be 6. Because that's what I was told. I remember from the meetings happening. Our production meetings on Monday. Every Monday. And I was like, okay, if she told you 4, then I'm wrong. It's 4. And they were like, well, actually, we're not really sure, because she did tell us 4, but if you're saying there's 6, obviously we need to get that squared away. Okay, I text her, and she goes, it's a total of 6. Mind you, let me backtrack, because when I got in, was doing my job, and then I see an email from the owner come in, and it's like, granted, I read it fast, and I apologize for that when I tell you what's about to happen after the fact. I didn't apologize after the fact. I apologized right then and there. I was like, hey, I made a mistake, but yeah, she emails me, the owner, and she's like, okay, I need you to respond to this ASAP and let her know that for the SCG panel and the red carpet and the stanchions is going to be $225. Me, I'm like, that's a really low number. But I'm like, I don't know what conversations they had. I don't know who's talked to who or who she spoke to. So I'm not going to question it. You're the owner. You know your stuff. And mind you, let's backtrack. I'm new to pricing. All my stuff, I had somebody price it out for me. I didn't do pricing. And so I didn't question it. So I tell the client that, and I add on labor, because that's what she said. She texts me the next day. This was yesterday. She texts me the next day and says, when I ask her about how many columns, because there seems to be confusion about how many, why did you charge her $225? And I was like, in your email, you said $225. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to get for you to get with your other colleagues, get pricing on all 3 of those items, and then add in the labor, and then tell the client that. I was like, okay, I can do that. Child, I kid you not even a few hours later, as I'm downstairs trying to figure out how many numbers of orbs, these mirror, shiny, big orange orbs that y'all have seen anywhere else, insert a picture of them that y'all have seen everywhere, excuse me. As I'm trying to, count out how many we have, I get the number, and they're like, hey, can you come upstairs because the owner wants to go over Ashley's furniture. I was like, oh, okay, well, we're talking about that right now. We can all come up. Actually, excuse me, I misspoke. So I was down there. We got the balloon counts right, and whoever had told the accountant the operations manager, account manager, I don't even know their titles. Mind you, I've been here only 2 months, roughly. And they were like, well, we only ordered 90. The ops team goes, we told you to order 200. So I'm like, well, there's problem number 2. And so I figured that out. I feel good about it. And then that's when they're like, hey, can you come upstairs? The owner is on the phone and wants to figure out what issues is going on with Ashley. I was like, oh, okay, sure. And immediately she starts with the owner, because we all come upstairs, and my colleague is like, hey, they're all here. Who's all they? Me, 2 from ops, and her daughter, because it's a family-owned company, her daughter and her daughter's assistant, I would say. All up there. Mind you, this is an open force setting. So we're huddled around the phone. There's maybe 6 of us, maybe 7. And to my back is the account operations, whatever, behind me. And then the CAD drawer next to her. And then the renderer. And then she's on speakerphone. So she automatically starts with, hey, I don't understand what the issues are with this project. I don't even know why you charge the client $225. You told me to charge the client $225 and add labor, which I did. And as I'm talking, mind you, this woman is, I think, almost 60 years old. She's cutting me off. And she's yelling. You see how calm I am? Homegirl was yelling. Sorry, my sister is texting me. She's yelling on the phone. I feel like this project is clearly being poorly managed by you, who is the lead on this project, and it doesn't make any sense. This is going live in less than 24 hours. I told you to contact the balloon specialist who did the balloons on the thread I sent you, and I cut her off and I said, when I looked through that thread, there was no balloon information about nothing. So I don't know what you're talking about. And she kept talking over me. And I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about because I sent you the thread. And if you didn't know, you should have been asking questions. I said I was literally downstairs most of the morning asking questions, trying to figure out your situation because you didn't order enough balloons. Mind you, every time I'm talking, she's cutting me off and yelling. And so it's dead quiet in the office upstairs. And mind you, I'm yelling right back because I don't play that. You're not about to yell at me. I don't care who you are. You're not about to yell at me and make it seem like I'm crazy when no. I said, per your email and per the text, you apologized to me because you sent me the wrong thing when you should have been on top of your stuff. I'm saying this, y'all. In every chance I get to talk, get to speak. She is talking over me, cutting me off, and just being blatantly disrespectful. And I'm sitting here like, I know. Because then I started to see red. And I started shaking because if you don't know me, I'm calm, cool, and collected all day 24/7. Like, nothing really phases me. But the moment I am disrespected, I have no tolerance. And I get hella ratchet, hella unruly, hella vengeful. And I do not apologize for that. Not at this big age. I don't. Something is making me itch. But yeah. So she's cutting me off, and she's like, I said, first of all, they were already confused because you told them there was 4 columns, and apparently there's 6 columns. I don't know where that came from. On the emails everybody was on, it said 8, and the client wanted to go down to 6, and I said that was okay. That's it. I'm not on those emails. So how would I have known that? Which is why I texted you. Meanwhile, she's going on about how, what did she say? How much of a mismanagement of my time and handling projects I am. And then my favorite line was, if you're too busy, then I'm just going to give this to someone else. And I was like, you literally looped me in yesterday morning. No, she didn't even loop me in. She forwarded me an email thread with no information. It was just back and forth between her about the SEG panel, the carpet, and the stanchions. And then she told me to order the stanchions from RSVP. And I did. And then, mind you, I might have already said this, but she was like, this is happening in 24 hours. Why isn't this done? Well, I'm confused. The event says the 13th. Oh, I did say that. Yeah. Cover that part. So, mind you, I'm telling you, this lasted for maybe 20 minutes. And then when I stopped talking and stopped even trying to defend my case, because I'm telling you, all 6 of us, maybe 7 of us were there. No one is saying anything. Nobody. Which is why, one, red flag, I knew they were used to this type of environment and this type of behavior from her. And me, I'm clapping back because one thing I do know, I know the facts. And if I don't know, I will tell you that. I said, I did say that. I said, I apologize if I missed the balloon thing, and that's when she cut me off and she was like, well, if you're too busy and if you can't pay attention to the little details like that, I'm gonna hand it over. And I was like, I don't recall seeing it in there, but okay. Bet. And so then she was like, what's going on? I don't understand why it's so quiet. Because mind you, I'm the only one yelling back at her. And that's why I said everybody else was used to that type of behavior. Not me. My parents don't yell at me. You think I'm going to let some 60-year-old white woman start today? In this world we live in? I got news for you, boo. You picked the right one. You picked the wrong one at the right time. Because I be with it. Like, we're not about to do that. Especially since I'm pulling your freaking weight. Because get this, she was somewhere for the whole week. She's helping her friend move and pack up boxes. But it's my fault. That stuff isn't going how it's going because no one told me anything. And mind you, they've all been on the emails, not me. I'm not on any of the emails. And so the simple fact of the matter is, don't let nobody talk to you crazy. And I know I could probably lose my job, but I do not care. Because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And these people need to know exactly who they're dealing with. Because it's not right. And that's why I said, they used to just taking it. Me, I don't roll over and take nothing no more. No. Especially if it's not right. Especially if I didn't know anything, which is why I was asking the questions downstairs, and you want to get belligerent and aggressive on a phone. I said, honey, you better be glad you're on the phone right now. Because if this was happening in person, I tell you right now, it wouldn't be happening in person. Who? Because I'll look at you like, I'm going to come back and get whoever you think you're speaking to, because it's not me, boo. It's not me. But I say that to say, today I had a low. Because after all that, I was shaking so bad because I was aggravated, irritated, and furious. It's been a long time since I've been that furious. A long time. Because I feel like maybe once that's happened where I've gotten this hot and seeing red. You know? It's not healthy. I don't know if I'm going to air this video. Probably after I leave this company, maybe I'll tag them. But as of right now, I cannot. It's absolutely disgusting and horrifying. Because I told one of my good friends, I was like, I heard this girl yelling, this lady, the owner, yelling at someone downstairs. And I heard whoever she was yelling at sniffling and crying because my desk is right by the stairs. So I hear everything, which is why I have my headphones in. But I guess this time I took them out, I was eating, whatever. And I heard the owner yelling at somebody. I know who it was, but I'm not going to say. And she was crying. And when she came up the stairs, you could tell she was crying. Me? I ain't no punk. I'm not going to take that ish lightly. And so it really irked me. It irked me so much that when I was done hearing that, and they were like, can you forward me the email she sent you? I said that whatever she was talking about is not on this thread. And they were like, her daughter was like, yeah, I don't even know why this went to you because you're not on any of the threads at all. At some point, it should have been handed off to somebody, and I don't know why it wasn't. So it's not my problem. And then after that, I sat my laptop down, walked outside, and I was crying. Because I'm the type of person where I'm not sad or, emotional in the sense that, oh, my feelings are hurt, that's why I'm crying. No, I'm crying because I have a lot of pent-up anger and energy that if it doesn't come out crying, it'll come out fist fighting, which is what I was trying to avoid because that's what I really want to do, which is why I stepped my happy behind or my sad behind outside. Because I could feel my hands were already in fists. Even as I was writing aggressively. And I know myself well enough to where, like I said, that hasn't happened to me a lot, but I said I need to walk outside because if I stay here, I'm gonna start swinging on all y'all because all y'all have allowed this behavior to continue for as long as it has, and it's disgusting, and I don't want to be here. I don't want to see any of y'all. I don't want to be around this energy. I don't want to be around her. I don't even want to see her again. And in hindsight, it's 2020, right? Because I said the way she speaks, I said I knew she'd talk to people like this. Her employees that she loves, right? Heard it all before. Yeah, I couldn't even eat lunch. My stomach was in such knots that I couldn't even eat, and I was super hungry, so I'm gonna eat. But yeah, and this company has only been around for 7 years now, and I'm like, well, there's a reason for that. Y'all are dysfunctional as heck. There's a whole bunch of mini power dynamics going on that I don't even understand, nor do I care to entertain, because I don't have time, and I'm not making time. My good friend was like, we're gonna come in tomorrow, knock our stuff out, that way Monday morning, collect your thoughts, and because Monday morning that's gonna be the topic of discussion. And the thing that's shaking me to my core is, like I said, even when I was wrong, my parents have never yelled at me. Ever. My aunts, never. My uncles, never. My cousins, nah. Because where I'm from, You raise your voice, you better be ready to handle it with them fists. We're not doing that. And that's why I was like, you don't know who I am. But you about to find out. Because you thought I was cool, calm, and collected before. Oh. I'm gonna act real ignorant now. Because you just showed me how ignorant you get down. Baby, I can play that game and you ain't gonna like me one bit. I promise you. It's not a threat, by the way, that's a promise. Yeah, it took a lot out of me. I'm drained. I still can't believe this woman yelled at me on the phone. In front of everybody. It's disgusting. And I don't stand for that. That's not how you treat people. What's the saying? You collect more flies with honey. And then I'm like, y'all are afraid to leave. That's why you stay. And you're afraid to find anything better or have anything better because it's easier to stay here and just take it. Not me. I'm already ready to go. I was about to quit today. But I was like, I just got this new apartment. I can't quit yet. Gotta figure it out, baby. So, y'all keep me in prayer because it's disgusting when you're disrespected in such a way. And it's traumatic. It's very traumatic. Because, like, where do I go from here? I don't want to see y'all. I don't want to work with you. I'm ready to go. But bills very much need to be paid. Y'all let me know if y'all have ever been in a situation like this. Or worse, because I know it can get worse. But yeah, if you watched this long, I've been talking for almost 23 minutes. A day in the life of an event planner, y'all. This is it. It's not cute. It's not pretty. It's ugly. It's hard. And it's very raw. Unabashedly. I told my cousin, I was like, but they say, y'all gonna make me lose my mind the minute you start talking crazy to me. I was like, I lost my mind. And I'm a fighter. You're not about to do that to me. Or anybody I know. And if I see it happening, I'm gonna call it out. And I'm gonna get in that ass. Because who do you think you are? You're not my freaking parent. I wish my parents would. Me? Bye. You're bugging. I need to wash my arm because something really irritated it. Maybe because I'm irritated and dehydrated. I don't know if y'all can tell. It's red there. But yeah, I'm gonna eat something. I don't know what. Shower and lay down. Because nobody deserves to be treated that way. And also, I don't deserve to have my energy pushed like that. At all. At all. And it's crazy because she was like, I know you're very calm and quiet and to yourself, but I can see you got a streak under there. You was right, baby. Now you done poke the bear. Excuse me. You done stabbed the dragon. And she ain't playing for keeps, baby. But thank you so much for watching, y'all. I appreciate it. Remember to like, subscribe if you're interested. Tell a friend if you're even more interested. But yeah, I really want to document my time as an event program planner, whatever you want to call it, because I feel like there's not a lot on the scene and not a lot of things get spoken about. Like incidents like today, you know, makes you feel like crap. And it's like, no. Even when I took a walk outside, I was like, oh, you're way overqualified for this. They think they're doing you a favor. Baby, you're doing them a favor. Don't ever forget it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But on a serious note, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.